Hi guys, my name is Eugenia and welcome to What's Hot This Week. So we're going to be introducing ourselves so you get to know more about us.
Hi, Patricia Mutike.
My name is Jack Safari.
And my name is Naomi Wanjiko.
Okay, so this week we're going to be discussing about, have you seen that thing for that pastor who resurrected?
Yes.
The dead guy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, I was so shocked when I saw that, because how do you just resurrect someone from the dead? And then they go and eat, surely, like what was that? I was so shocked. What are your thoughts on that?
It was just a stunt. Whoever believes someone can resurrect that way, it's your dance. I mean, how can someone just resurrect? How? How is it even possible?
Okay.
So as she's saying, I think it's a stunt. Like, I think only God can resurrect someone from the dead.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
unless
a
you've
stunt.
seen it though. But then, as long as you haven't seen it, it's within those centuries. There, we read it in books, so you. It's not even true.
I had actually seen somewhere that it was planned. The person was actually alive before they were put in the coffin.
Okay.
And so they planned that when they get to the funeral, the pastor will resurrect him, and
That guy was breathing and
was breathing.
Yeah, and actually he's like the camera guy, and he was even seen in some photos, like he was the one where this pastor guy was just resurrecting people, praying for them in hospital. So he was there as a camera guy. So it's like they work together.
I love there's another news today. Like the guy is named. The guy is being sued by the company.
Which one? The pastor or the dead guy?
The pastor is being
The
sued.
dead guy.
Yeah. No, the pastor is being sued.
Oh, the pastor is being sued. Okay.
It's the funeral service providers who are suing him because they were caught up in the middle of it, and now they're saying that their reputation has been tainted because of that fake resurrection.
And the memes, have you seen the memes? Kenyans are really funny. Like, how do you make all these memes when he's coming, especially the one that he's eating? Yeah, that is really
No, that guy was hungry before he died.
And then the facial reactions, that was just too much. It was so over the top, and I just don't think it's a good thing. It's like mocking God, in my opinion, and I don't think it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that some pastors are not real, like they're not called by God. And so, like, before we decide to join a church or become a follower of a specific church, I think we should just do our research and know whether this person is a legit person or they're just doing it for fame. And
and the same pastor, there was another story that he heals HIV. Who believes that?
Actually, it is.
HIV, he heals. Like if you have AIDS, you get healed when you
I think it's more similar like to that story of Pastor Pastor Nanga and Rose Jumuane.
Oh, that one's really okay.
Do you guys believe that?
We don't. A lot of it is stage managed, and I think we also need to not be so gullible, because some things you need to also use your head and be practical. Like, can this really happen? Is this genuine? Like, even you as a person, you shouldn't just believe just because that person is a pastor. We really place them on a pedestal. It's like they're closer to God. There's so many people, anything the pastor will tell you. That's why you see things happen in Nigeria. Another one, I all that.
So another story that has been trending is Gakuyo. The man called Gakuyo. His real name is David Karaoke, but he's known as Gakuyo. So apparently he siphoned 1.5 billion from Ekeza Sacco and used it for his personal gain, like buying a house and servicing his other personal interests, like running for Kiambu governor in 2017. And that money,
he was running for the governor.
Yes, and then he pulled out afterwards. But that money belonged to people who had invested in that circle so that they can get land. That land was very cheap and anyone could afford, like as long as you have some savings, and so many people have been duped by that pastor, that bishop.
Okay.
And
He's also a bishop.
Yeah, he's also a bishop. So, like, what do you think about that story? Like, is that acceptable?
No, it's not. I don't think it is. And then you can imagine, you as a Kenyan, you've really worked so hard to just earn this money. It's your hard-earned money, and then you're giving it to someone thinking it's an investment, and then they just it's false. It's not right, and it's not a real thing. So I'd really be frustrated. So that's not cool at all.
Yeah.
And whereas he lives like in a suburb somewhere.
Imagine.
I heard he lives in, I think, Nyeri.
Yeah, he bought a house in Nyeri, an 8-bedroom house. Yeah, so you can imagine the money going to waste.
And that's not good, because even as in, you can imagine, like, as in, I think people shouldn't be selfish. People should also think about other people. You shouldn't eat just because of me, and just want to destroy others. There should be equal distribution of wealth. So I think that's really selfish of him.
Yeah, another thing is that people should run a background check on where you're investing, because
on circles.
Do your due diligence.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What else is happening this week? What's hot?
Yeah, it's about domestic gender violence, and then in the last few months, since last year, we've been having news. People are killing each other, their spouses, their significant others, because of things that are supposed to be discussed, or just have a sit down and talk about them and solve their issues. So we've been losing so many people out there because of things that we can prevent. Exactly. So, like when I was growing up, my neighbor, they used to fight a lot, and then their kids used to come to our place and stay there, and you could see those kids are really traumatized. They are sad and whatever, and then it was just so sad. It's sad, and then people should just talk about what they're going through to others.
Okay, I think, how do you just hit someone, especially if you're a man and you hit this woman who's helpless? Probably they don't even have strength to hit back. Why would you attack someone like that? I think it's cowardice for someone to do that.
I think again, it's more about like drug abuse, and stuff.
But some of these people are just normal, everyday people. Maybe they're just walking around, they're going to their work.
No, some normally use like drugs.
Really?
Yeah.
But what could be the issue? What could be the root problem that is causing someone to just hit someone to the point of death, not even just hitting? What
I
could
think
be?
the way someone has been brought up.
Businesses, if you have money and my partner doesn't have enough money, I'll see you just a waste of time to me, or we are wasting each other's time.
Also, come to think of it, like even the men are being beaten by the women
Nowadays,
Nowadays.
Okay.
And then with this domestic violence and whatever, and these fights people are having, it's not just that you fight and then someone dies on the process. You'll find that some people, you're beaten by your boyfriend or your husband, or your wife is beating you, and then you're not talking to your friends about it, or whatever. Then at the end of it all, you get depressed.
It's true.
And commit suicide at the end of it all, and then people are there out wondering what happened to her, what happened to him.
To add on to that, like I feel like we're also a society where we say kuvumilia. Hey, si unapovumilia uko na watoto, uko na nini. I don't think it should be like that. Like you don't have to die just on the pretense of being married to someone or being in a relationship to someone. You shouldn't be, like you should just leave. If you feel like this person is threatening your life, leave. You don't have to be there. Everything.
And then before you get married, it's important to also go to a counselor. It's called premarital
Counseling,
counseling, so that you can make sure all issues are dealt with before you move on to the next stage.
It's true.
Yeah.
And then there's this cheating thing. If you find your partner is cheating, you start fighting with them. Instead of just fighting and getting hurt, just walk away if it's not working out for
And
you.
counseling.
Yeah, go for counseling. Yeah.
This rapper called Kanchai has been
Nina Niji.
yeah,
Kanchai
that one.
Niji.
It's so sad. May his soul rest in peace.
I know, no, I'm so sad.
Yeah, he was actually the people who pioneered rap in Kenya.
Crank. Is it rap or crank music in Kenya?
It's rap.
It's
rap.
rap.
Me, it's more rap.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and the lines and everything. So, has the cause been established or not? How he died?
He was an alcoholic.
Yeah, I think he succumbed to like breathing problems.
He was an alcoholic.
As well.
Yeah, but what killed him was
They're succumbing like to
breathing problems and whatever.
I also heard he was depressed. Is that so? Because he had issues, with that alcoholism and all that.
Yeah, there were rumors that he was using, and he had been struggling with it for quite some time, since around 2016. That's when there were rumors that he was struggling with drugs. So I think maybe it could be related, because of his death and drug abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, but the issue is, I think we normally wait until it's too late.
Yeah.
As Kenyans and as people, generally as human beings, we normally wait until, oh my God, I wish I could have reached out. Why not reach out now? Because if someone is maybe depressed, go reach out to that point. Because you never know, maybe that moment, that is like the hanging by the thread, and you could be saving someone's life. So I feel like we could have intervened at that point in 2016. We could have talked to him, probably could have taken him to, there's so many places, there are many rehab places.
Yeah.
Like right now, I was even looking at a story on Pam Waithaka, the one who was in Sema. The one, she used to sing as well. Now also she's also struggling with alcoholism. So it seems like musicians are having issues with this problem, and we need to address this issue now before we lose more artists.
Yeah, whenever I have friends who are artists and whatever, and then every time they go to studio to record music, they have to be higher, just toxicated, so that the lines can just flow. So they too should just train themselves not to use drugs, so that they can do whatever they do best. Just do it like it just come natural, not forcing it to be that way, so that their fans can be.
I think there's also pressure to be good to produce maybe good music and to maintain that life. So like their musicians in Kenya are facing pressure to live a certain life, and maintain a good reputation. Once you hit in the industry, it's only fair that you maintain that standards. And if you don't, people stop loving you and listening to your music, you'll obviously feel depressed or start using, so that you can maybe
depression actually.
It's true, depression, and also the pressure that people think you're rich and that you have money and you don't, just because you're on TV. So I think musicians should also be at a point where they know this is just a job, and they don't need to pressure themselves so much to impress other people.
I also think that your friends should know you, or you should know your friends. When you tell someone, this is happening to me, I have stress, watasema nilikuwa na stress wewe. So you should know your friends.
It's true.
I think our generation is struggling with like depression and
mental
other mental
illness.
illnesses. So that's why you see most of these like celebrities using like drugs, like cocaine, alcohol, marijuana.
She's so sad. So that has been amazing. Like this week, there have been many things that have been happening. So until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.